Ironically, as an introvert, one thing I cannot dispute is that we all need to interact with people at some point in our lives. These people could be family, friends, co workers, or even lovers. Yes, some people will rub you off the wrong way, and sometimes they don't. Other times, some leave scars that could serve as a guide to approach other relationships. Through my encounter with various individuals in my 30 plus years of life, here are some red flags I've observed that have definitely caused me to reevaluate certain relationships. These red flags do not apply to only intimate relationships, but also to family, friends, and co-workers. I'm hoping that as you read these, you do not just point fingers at someone, but self-evaluate and ask yourself if you exhibit any of these characteristics with the people in your life. Number 1, gossiping. I'm not gonna lie, I love gist. But if your relationship with someone is just based on spreading rumors, talking behind people's backs, defaming one's character, or bringing people down, then something is seriously wrong. Odds are this person is probably gossiping behind your back too. Number 2, lack of accountability. We all make mistakes and no one's perfect. However, if you discover that someone is consistently not accepting responsibility for their role in any situation, then something is wrong. The common theme you observe with such people is that it's always someone else's fault. And when it's clearly obvious that they are in the wrong, they'll make up an excuse or say a very non-emotive sorry. Number 3, gaslighting. Oftentimes, if someone cannot take responsibility for their role in a situation, there is a likelihood that they will definitely tell you that it didn't happen or it didn't happen the way you remembered it. These people will try to distort your reality and make you question what you believe is true. And if you're like me, you probably try to excuse this behavior by saying, maybe they forgot, but if this is consistent, run. Number 4, consistent lying. I don't think this one needs any further explanation. One of my values is honesty. So if someone I consider close is deliberately not telling me the truth, omitting information to build a certain narrative, or speaking falsely about someone or a situation consistently, how can I trust that you can speak the truth? Number 5, triangulation. This one is difficult to identify. This is when someone intentionally introduces a third party into a relationship to create a sense of competition, jealousy, or insecurity. An example is if your boyfriend asks you to hang out and say you wanted to study and you just tell him you couldn't. If his response is, well, my ex would have hung out with me, girl, he's triangulating you. Other signs of triangulation are maybe you're being asked to choose a side in a particular issue, or you're pressured to choose who is right during a conflict. This sign shows up in different ways, especially in parent-child relationships. So I encourage you to read up on it. Number 6, consistent criticism, aka bad belly. If you have someone who consistently undermines any idea you bring forward, that's an enemy of progress. This person consistently and constantly tells you the negative of anything you bring up. An example is you. Hey, friend X, I think I want to get this dress. It looks very nice on my body type. Friend X, it's a nice dress, but your shoulders are too broad and you look ugly in it. Now, don't get me wrong. We don't want a friend that's afraid to tell us the truth. But if this friend is consistently berating you and making you question yourself, then there is something wrong. Number 7, one-sided relationship. If you realize that you're the only one checking up on someone, visiting someone, sharing information with someone, or paying for meals when you hang out, this person is not your friend or boyfriend. They're just a freeloader. You deserve someone that will prioritize a relationship with you. Number 8, competition. These people do not share their plans with you, but they will ask you about yours, not because they care, but because they want to outdo you. If you share a good idea, they don't tell you it's a good one. They will wave it off as basic and even make you question yourself. But they will go ahead and copy that idea anyway. If you buy a 2024 car, they want to buy the 2025 model because they just want to do better than you. If you have 2 kids, they want 3 because in their heads, they should be doing better than you. This is not normal. Number 9, mismatch values. As time goes on and people grow older, what you consider important may start to change, and that's normal. This just means that your friendship will be different and should evolve, and that works out sometimes. But if, for example, I don't want to be, say, a nightclub trooper anymore, and my friend still wants to be, and is not respecting my new priorities, then that's not normal. You are allowed to change without someone making you feel bad for it. Number 10, conditional love. If someone only shows up for you when you do what they want, please run. That's not love, but slavery. Oftentimes, it's something unspoken like, if you don't do what I want, I will punish you with a silent treatment or by being passive aggressive until you agree with me or do what I want. This could happen maybe or mostly even after you have communicated your boundaries to someone and they're not happy with it. Instead of working out a new way that works for both parties, this person will withdraw to punish you, by the way, and will only be good with you again when you retract the conditions that you have expressed. Please remember that the only people who get upset when you start setting boundaries are the ones who benefited from you not having them in the first place. Do you have any experience with any of the signs that I've shared? Did you have any light bulb moment while listening to this post? Please comment below so that I know that I'm not alone. And thank you so much for listening. And please do not forget to subscribe to get new posts notification. I promise you it works now. Thank you. Akere.